Yo, back in this bit for another episode of Go Deep. We're going to keep this one quick. I ain't really going to talk on the front because I got a lot of people I interviewed today. Well, not a lot of people. I interviewed maybe 4 or 5 people. As you see, this is a Watchman weekly wrap-up. A lot of shit went down this week. Some of the shit the Watchman was involved in, so a lot of times when that shit happens, the Watchman got a lot of shit to say. So I let some of them boys come on the show today, and that's pretty much what we did. So we're not really going to talk about, I ain't really going to give this a long intro. Let's just get in some music, and then we're going to go straight into the podcast, or straight into the interviews. It's a dope interview. We hit everything. Get ready. Like I always say, tell your girlfriend to sit down and shut the fuck up. You know, it's time to go deep. Your bit.
Hey, bitch, I got pot on the beat. Honey, Cone, Junior, Bill. Yeah. Coast. Hey, free Juven, man. No free Big Duke, man. Free my motherfucking daddy, man. Free PT, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Free all my real niggas out the chain game, man. You know, we screaming fuck 12 in a bed spring, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't let shit hold up back, nigga. You know, this shit straight out the head with acapella in the joint, nigga. Hey, Rick, what's up, boy? I put this on everything. I'm screaming fuck 12 in the bed spring. Fuck about taking no rent. I'm chasing the check. I sleep when I'm dead, man. I'm something like the head, man. I just met a new bitch with some head gang. She said she know yo. I'm tryna fold her up like a spaghetti screen. Remember the old day. That sound with B shit, but on bigger now. Remember the cold trays in the jail cell. It lost her for dinner now. These bitches be throwing pussy. These niggas be in my head like some clip or not. I be so paranoid. I'm talking about I pull my gas with my pistol out. I know that these niggas plot. That's why I surround myself on number killers now. All I gotta do is send them out. I'm a big dog like Clifford now. We treat niggas like dinner date. You know we just pull up and take them out and jump on the interstate and shoot a little text message like I made it out. I met my nigga Boogie. I can't forget about him. He got 35. I'm swinging parole day like they need to free my dog before I break them out. Playing with the profit. Turn them upside down, shake them out. Make believe niggas. I never thought it was so many fakers. Gotta pray for these niggas. I never thought it was so many haters. Excuse me for the guard, I need a favor. I'm like straight up. If I ever go to sleep, hating on a nigga, and don't let me wake up. It's a lot of shit about these fake ass rappers. I don't know where to start with them. They be screaming fuck 12 in the song. Be right in the car with them. But you a hard nigga. It ain't your fault, no, it ain't your fault. Your granddaddy died from telling your mom ain't shit and your daddy was soft. And your uncle no was just a bitch. And both of your brother was flawed. And your little sister ate me up, by the way. And I came in no more. I know they don't like this. I come out the head the same way I write shit. You know how I fight quick. But I keep that strut like a dyke bitch. I talk with the big man. I told him to turn me on like a light switch. I got some big plans. You know I can execute them with the right shit. I'm breaking down white grit in a hotel with a white bitch. But then how I gotta be. Can't fuck with these niggas cause you know they might snitch. I be like fuck the law. I would cooperate for a life sentence. You know I love all my dog. I go to jail for like Mike Vick. Tell that my life lit. I just took a dog shit, smoking cat pit. I cut out my land bitch. She ain't had no beat, smelling like no catfish. She need a ad kit. Yeah, I get no fuck by no bad bitch. I call her but ugly hoe. Like I need my dick sucked in my ball lit. I call her nappy house. Why? Cause you know they head sloppy. Eat the dick out the body. Then take a picture with it, show everybody. Now that's a head doctor. I need a man doctor for these flashbacks. My grandmama mad at me. She caught me paying granddad in a trap bag. Let me rephrase that. I was paying gas in a glad bag. My daddy just caught a fit. Cut that little bitch that ate up big grandkid. I'm on some pimp shit. Yeah. I been on some pimp shit. 10 years old, running around school, hand hold that scrump dick. No, I don't play, nigga. I got the game from back in the day, nigga. No, I'm not Jeffrey, but you can add Uncle Phil, I'm a maid, nigga. RN4L shit, till they die, me my grade, nigga. Try and be nosy, That's how you get shot in your motherfucking face, nigga. And if I fuck around and fall sometime G, pick me on 8, nigga. And before they come swerving in my lane, done, make her hit the brakes, nigga. Pop out at nighttime like a raccoon where you stay, nigga. 5 shot from a rush, there vault. That first for the 8, nigga. Got more flavor than a Kool-Aid, man. I be like, oh yeah. Try to sign me for 200 grand. I'm like, I need more bread. On the harder nigga out of Alabama. And these niggas know that. I be on go. Pew, plus I do this shit on the top of my forehead. Call up your bitch to give me some more head. Then shoot my train on the top of her forehead. Then stick it back in the mouth. She like when I dog, she don't need protest. Then I go hop in the shower, file some sour, leave me with no scratch. Then I go back on some powder, pit on my head and the jug off a moped. All these numbers keep calling, look at who calling. Oh, this a clad free. What's up, honeycomb? No on top of these phone, pull up on the back street. 10 minutes later, she got me rolling down the wonder. What you want add me? She pull up her shirt and just flag me. Like honeycomb, when you gon' bag me? Ain't no tell me you gon' fold me tomorrow, cause you said that last week. I be wanna let you fuck me on camera, but you might glad me. Sure wish I can fuck with you now, but I'm on a cash spree. Plus I'm in the car with my hood, I can't fit in this bitch, it ain't come with no back seat. I'm just ride, with nowhere to go to. And all these niggas keep dying, she got me watching the niggas I'm close to. Jealous and hate, shit that I go through. I used to be broke too. I got on my hands and got me a bag, and now I got power like Goku. I'm from a city where anything goes. You heard of Mobile, nigga? 13 paralyzed, my own cousin. My grandma Tia, nigga. People come calling my phone like, call you wrong. That ain't what it is, nigga. Family first, now loyalty first. Bitch, I'm a real nigga. And before I grow up and be a hoe, I'd rather stay a little nigga. Remember when I raw ZBD to the wrong raw Kevin Hill, nigga? Uncle was trying to finesse me, he thinking I'm green. I look like a deal pickle. Then when I came on the hill, looked at his ass like that ain't no deal, nigga. 13 sound 004 black. I'm screaming gang, gang, gang. If a nigga try to reach for my chain, that big old bang, bang, bang. I don't too tough fuck with these niggas. Cause they be lying, lying, lying. I'm with the shit. I'm straight out the hood like the fizz and grit. I can't trust shit. Come on, these niggas be sick plus sick. All the years that a nigga did in prison, I can't forget, nigga. Whole jail on lockdown, Carico sent the hit, nigga. I had to sleep with a knife. I had to wipe my bed wide pin, nigga. You ain't never had to stand in the line just to take a shit, nigga. Bitch, nigga. Const. Yeah. Hey man, that's how fuck I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, nigga, went all gravy, but we had a whole lot of rice, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't grew up around a whole lot of white folk. I grew up where it was gutter. Like, nigga crossed out their blood brother and shit. Like, niggas selling their mama that hard. You know what I'm saying? We got this shit the hard way. Nigga, you gon' eat or you gon' starve, nigga. And that's just facts, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta get out how you live out this bitch, nigga. And don't just try to get it how I live, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I do that right shit to keep me out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really street. I'm dead. Yeah, constant.
Yeah, what's up, G, man? What's up, nigga?
Fuck going on, man. Gang shit, nigga, no lying shit. Boy, we buying shit, bitch. And I'ma be right here. Fuck, nigga, ain't going nowhere, bitch. I'ma die right here, bitch ass nigga. Pussy ass nigga, y'all know what's up, bitch. It's up there. I got Joel with me. He gonna try to hit your grandma with that bitch. On dead, bitch. Y'all know it. How fuck nigga know what's up. We ain't gotta talk about that shit, man.
Told me.
Perfect. What's going on, fool?
How you doing?
Good, good. So you got your ear
yeah.
back, huh? What's going on? Hell yeah.
That's how you do it. You taught us right.
Yeah. So you liked the stream yesterday, huh?
Oh, that stream was great, man. It's so nice to see, like, we actually aren't the only ones, and there's these people, like, they're just leaving a damn destruction in their wake, you know, just ruining people everywhere.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So what do you
Pretty-
feel about that? How do you feel? Because you've been in the shit. I remember when I was kind of on their side, you used to call me and tell me shit, and I was like, all right, Jeff. I didn't never really believe you, but you knew for a long time, dog. How do you feel now that it's coming out like that?
I'm pretty stoked. I think we got a lot of potential now to maybe get the truth out and justice for like Will.
Yeah.
I know Will went hard and he went all in because he believed in it. And that's the sort of thing that, I mean, this whole movement really started from was people believing. And then you've got other people trying to kind of like exploit that hope and all that and almost monetize it
Right.
and or elevate themselves with it. And that takes that whole, you were mentioning how it was organic. It kind of takes that whole thing and makes it what is it, generic, artificial.
Yeah. Definitely artificial.
And imagine, I think legit we could, if we were in a place where it was more organic and more like, and it would be more inspiring if it was more organic. It would be more, there'd be more people grouping up and joining in. I think we, because that's what people really want, is they want to be together and they don't want to be taken advantage of.
Hell yeah.
In that, you know.
Hell yeah.
And especially nowadays, I mean, shit, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, until now, people really need that in their lives. They need a purpose, and they don't want to go use their heart and expose that and become vulnerable and have it taken advantage of.
Hell yeah. So check this out. I agree, 100%. Tell me this though. How come, like you said, Will went hard, right? Everyone went hard. We kind of told Zach. I'm sure Zach's seen it. You know, we talk some shit on Vero every now and then, you know. What is it though that, because you remember Steve Kaysen, right? Retrograde.
Yeah.
He was like today, he was like, what happens if nothing happens? What happens if nothing happens?
Well, you know, I still believe Zach is the the ring bearer of our generation. He's gonna protect art. There is definitely a war on art.
Right.
And we all started to see that in like 2016. The music industry saw it, what, 20, well, probably way before that.
Remember Napster?
Yeah. Ask Metallica.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, I really think he's the guy to deliver art to the next generation and pass the torch. I think he's the guy. I think Nolan is still, in a way. I think he's more of a supportive guy, He's still gonna make, so he's reached that level, right? Same with James Cameron. They've reached a level to where they're done passing it on, They've done that hard work and passed it on. And now Zach needs, and he did, man. Army of the Dead worked his butt off. Imagine running a camera with no stops through a whole film. So he's in there manually focusing every scene. Dude's got to dude had to have been exhausted after making that movie.
Let's talk about that shit though. Army of the Dead. I talked. Me and Gio and Film Gob had a little discussion on it, but I haven't talked to y'all about it on camera yet. Talk about it. What'd you think about Army of the Dead?
I thought it was awesome. Not only was it beautiful, like you can watch that movie and just listen to it, and then you can watch it again and just like not listen to it, just
No
see
sound.
the visuals. Yeah. And then the story is just like he really created a world. Like he could go anywhere.
Right.
I mean, he could go anywhere with it. He could go Prometheus, Terminator, Star Wars. He could go anywhere, man.
So check this out. The other day I saw there was like 2 spaceships at the very beginning in the background, and they shot up in the sky after they were leaving the area. You saw that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't see that at the beginning, like the first 2.
I thought it was just thunder, man, and lightning.
Yeah. I didn't know
out of the corner of my eye, dude. So I was kind of embarrassed.
Talk about that. What is he saying? Is Zach just? I mean, because it's Area 51, everyone knows that's like aliens and shit like that. But so, is there an alien virus? Oh, 44 is coming in. Hold on a second.
Awesome. Need it. So, but I think 44 might know this better. But the guy who made The Walking Dead had a alien spore came down and created the zombie virus.
Damn, yeah. Hold on. Ben W's coming in also.
Yes.
Yeah.
44 will hijack this shit, but Ben's cool. I waited until I saw it.
Fucking cracker. Say nah.
Yo, Ben, what's going on? 44, what's up?
I just got out of my bath.
Me?
Been the wine I see.
It's water. That's the only way to drink water, man.
Drink the water out of a wine glass.
Hell yeah.
Classy.
Where's y'all's cameras at? What the fuck going on?
Man, I'm not in a camera setting right now.
Yeah.
Ben, of course you are, man.
This was a little bit short notice, so I thought I'd hop on.
Still connecting.
This is Jeff's stream. He called me. He hit me up earlier today and was like, "Man, we got to do a round table." So we
haven't done it in forever, man.
I'm
in the middle of a brothel right now.
Damn.
So can't show the camera.
Yo, we were talking about Army of the Dead real quick. I didn't get y'all's opinions about it. Let's start off with 44. 44, what do you think about the movie?
Well, I thought it was pretty good, especially for zombie movies. I want to say zombie movie standards. I would say for a zombie movie, it was pretty good. I definitely wish they could have upped the ante a little bit. I would say the thing I felt the most was needed besides anything else was if they went into more of the backstory of the zombies, or at least the zombie king, kind of maybe through montage or some type of way to actually show how things got to where they were, because you kind of understood why all the characters were where they were at when the movie starts. But with the jump between the zombies taking over Las Vegas, and then obviously the zombie king dude, I don't know if he built an army of zombies or if it was more of just a nature thing where they just dubbed him alpha male and just all listened to him off GP. But it would have been cool to see, how it got from, a crazy zombie apocalypse city to, this one zombie pretty much running everything. Like, how did he get, the helmet? You feel me? It would have been cool to see how he, how he picked his woman. You know what I mean? How he got the cape. I would have even liked to see a scene where he found the zombie horse. That would have been a cool scene. You know what I mean? To see a scene where, because I feel like that's the one thing that separates this movie from George Romero zombie movies. I felt like George Romero would have done things like that, but I guess we're comparing George Romero to Zack Snyder now, and George Romero did create the whole genre. But I feel like George Romero would have done stuff like that or something similar to that when it came to like expanding the backstory of the zombies and what their motives could be, and where things could be leading it from their perspective. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was dope though. It was dope.
All right. So when you was gone, we was talking about the beginning. You saw the alien spaceships kind of dropped off the Zombie King, right? At the beginning.
Oh yeah, I saw that at the beginning.
Yeah, you saw spaceships take off. All right. So then what is that like? What are we talking about? Is that a alien virus that comes to take over the planet? Could we be talking about COVID? Is that like a fucking allegory to COVID?
Well, I was thinking that it could be a thing where, the aliens are just kind of keeping track of. It could be an alien virus, but they could just be keeping track of all the highly deadly things going on Earth. I was also thinking it could be a thing where, if you want to put it in the sense of a time loop, where maybe the zombie apocalypse already happened. You feel what I mean? And the aliens are kind of the ones, trying to go back. You feel what I mean? And restart the time loop back from when the apocalypse or when the zombie outbreak started to try to stop it. But each time they try, humans kind of suck. You feel me? So it don't really work. So they just go back and then they restart.
All right, but the aliens working with the government?
No, I would say the aliens are probably, an entity outside of themselves. Outside of the government themselves,
Right. All right. Jeff, you said something the other day that was cool too. You said some androids are doing recon or spying on it. And that was kind of, it was like, because a few of them he was shooting, they were robots, they were androids and shit. Why would the government have that in there? We know, like, if the government's going to another planet, they send the androids in first because that's what they do, like recon. Why do you think Zach had those in there?
I think to figure out. I think the time loop starts right when they shake hands. At the very beginning in the diner. So Naka comes in and says, "I need to talk to that guy," and then they shake hands. I think that initial meeting is where it started. That first contact. Yeah. And then I think they had the androids in there to observe, to figure out what was the best way to get the outcome that they wanted.
So you think there was Tanaka's androids?
Yeah.
Oh, not the government. The government was working with them.
Yep, the government. There was 3 generals, or
like generals, somebody
Secretary of Defense or something.
Yeah. So the government was working with corporations, as we see in a lot of Zack Snyder's movies, huh?
Absolutely.
All right. So the corporations.
You could just say that the corporations were working with the government, really. That's really how it would be.
Right. So they were taking recon they were taking data from the zombie city, because the money really wasn't an issue. Like,
I know.
He was already insured for the shit. So he just sent those people in there for some reason.
Well, I love how the money was nothing.
Right. The money didn't even mean shit.
If you want to go based off the rules like of the zombie genre, and the rule of zombie genre is pretty much every zombie world essentially has rules. You feel me? Like, whereas, like, perfect example, like Resident Evil is based off zombies, but everything in Resident Evil is based off like science or like a virus or like bioterrorism. You feel me? Whereas, everything in like George Romero's zombie movies are usually based off like a metaphor. You feel what I mean? There's even some George Romero movies that were remakes or redone of the the original ones, but usually it's a metaphor on society, and that's usually how the rules break down. So it's all about figuring out what are the rules in this Army of the Dead world, and it seems like it has similar rules to even Resident Evil, whereas clearly they wasn't trying to get the money, and just like in Resident Evil, it was all about the virus or whatever the fuck it was. You feel what I mean?
Right.
That's what all the Resident Evil games are about, and people think that's stupid, but it's actually really smart, and it's like an infinite treasure trove of things you can do forever, because it's right. Like, you had a virus that was this dangerous and this powerful. Like, what certain people on the earth would do to get it. And that's what Resident Evil is all about. It's all about all these people, all these billionaires and corporations that started off one corporation that found this virus, and they're all studying this virus, and this virus in a nutshell makes zombies. You feel what I mean? And then you got this guy has the virus and he's studying it. Then he hires another guy, then he's studying it. And then this guy hires another guy. That guy takes this shit all the way across the world, and now he's studying it. Now you got like 5 different people studying the same virus. Now they're making new viruses, and outbreaks start happening and all this shit. Now you got an E virus. Now you got a U virus. You feel what I mean? All based off this one corporation. You feel what I mean? That was really just working on a bioweapon, essentially. You feel, so you never know where the shit's gonna pop up next. You feel what I mean? As soon as they shut down one person, it says like, all right, we shut down this person that was fucking with the zombie virus. There's probably gonna be another dude across the planet that's working on the same, his version of the zombie virus and trying to capitalize on it, whether he's gonna sell it as a weapon, whether he's gonna try to use it to destroy the world or whatever. A whole bunch of different things like that. So even when it comes down to that, we don't really know what the government was planning on doing, if it was a corporate thing, or if it was a synergy thing where they were going to work together to do something. You feel what I mean? Like, but it seems like this is definitely pointed to like it's a thing from science. You feel what I mean? Even if it's the alien origin, you can still say it's kind of originates from some type of scientific background.
Right, definitely, because the Zombie King had on dog tags. He was a military guy. They tested him. They did some testing on him to turn him like that. Look at the Zombie King again at the beginning when he first comes out of the little trailer. He got on army dog tags. So he's walking around. He was a soldier. That's probably why he knew to fashion that helmet. So whatever made the zombies was originally a virus, something, and since we saw the aliens from Area 51, it was an off-world virus, is what Zach is probably trying to say. So then the corporations probably was testing it on people and testing it on military people, and probably testing in Nevada, where is nobody in Nevada except for Vegas, So then it got out. And that's probably like, just look at his dog tags. When he first got out of the shit, he's a soldier. He was being tested on by something. They made that. So then when the security guard got the head of the zombie queen, he was like, yo, we're trying to make an army that can control the world with zombie shit. This is military testing,
Yeah, they could have made it, or the aliens could have just dropped it off there, knowing that, knowing that the worst would happen.
Yeah, like, definitely.
There's a lot of possibilities, but it definitely was a controlled scenario. That's what I think.
Yeah, look at Jeff frozen watching porno.
No.
Yo, where did Ben go? He just disappeared.
He never connected. He must be having internet trouble.
Oh, all right.
It just said connecting.
Yeah. Ben still got that Johnny Depp mustache.
I'd like to find out, that's for sure.
So let me ask you now.
He does have dog tags on, bro.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, that's what I was looking at. I
Oh,
didn't see that dangling when he rips that guy's chin off.
yeah, he got dog
That was,
tagged on.
that was
He
really
was a
cool.
soldier. He's a soldier. And so when the aliens left, you saw at the very beginning the spaceship shoot up in the sky. It's like they dropped something off to Area 51 and then they went away. They probably dropped the virus off because like the whole metaphor in there is quarantine, lockdown, which is similar to the coronavirus of today, quarantine, lockdown, shit like that, you know? So apparently the Zack Snyder is saying the virus is alien, which will, you know, on Justice League, he had the Department of Alien Affairs and all this shit. He always talks about aliens working with corporate America and testing on humans. Cyborg is a test of alien information. I mean, alien technology on a human subject. So is the Zombie King, because he has his dog tags. He was a regular dude, you know?
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, man.
There's so much junk in this. So much.
It is. It's a lot of shit in there.
And the government could have just been using the robots to find a way in and maybe just figure out how to, you know, what was going on with the zombies. But then that makes you really think, like, if they had robots that was capable of doing all that, then they could have just used the robot maybe to kill the zombie king or collect any DNA that they really needed.
Right.
That's the whole thing. The whole thing I didn't really get to when it came down to, like, what Tanaka's boy's mission was. Like, I get it, but it was like, damn, it was really that hard for y'all to, like, pick off like one or get like one or two alphas or some shit. You feel me? There was a few of them running around. Like, you feel what I mean? Like, and I get it. You feel what I mean? There's hella zombies over there, but I kind of didn't get, like, damn, why was it so hard? Why was it so hard to get one of the alphas? To be honest, and I guess you can say it has to do with the nature of the mission, where it's like, all right, they're doing a heist, and half the majority of the team doesn't really know what the true goal is. But even beyond that, it makes me think, like, what was the big deal where they had to make a whole heist cover just to go in and get one zombie head? He could have just hired like a crack team of zombie head, getters or some shit that were, hired and trained with Prime specifically to capture the heads of zombies. Send like 5 of them over there, like, the job had been done, but
it was all a test.
Yeah, it was probably an experiment, and the money was to get them to go. You know how they'd be like, yo, do you smoke 20 blunts a week? Take this college test for $100, we'll have it's probably some stupid shit like that. I smoke, 20 blunts, not that much for a week, but I'm just saying, there's always these experiments and shit like that. And money, they always use money to get you in there. Do you have sleep problems? Come take this college test where we, whatever. So it was probably like some huge test. And they use the money like a fucking, I don't know, man, like cheese, like on lab rat type shit,
Nice.
I don't know, bro. Because he damn sure didn't need the money.
It was like cheese, wasn't it?
Fucking
nice
cheese, bro.
He wanted to make the money off the virus. That's why. But yeah,
he didn't need to.
Or he wanted to save the species.
He wanted to
save the experiment that they had. He wanted to. They didn't want to make. So the one guy wanted to make money, sure, but why did they want that head? Was probably to save that. That was their lab experiment that got loose.
Right.
I don't know where they were taking them.
Right.
I can only guess where that mountain that they dump all their nuclear waste in.
Yeah, what is it? Cheyenne Mountain or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Dead on, actually. Yeah, you can't even map that place.
Yeah. Shit,
or Area 51.
I rode through Area 51 one time. When you go to Vegas, you can go through Death Valley and you don't get to go over the base, but you get to go through the outside of it. And there's trucks that show up on the mountains to watch you drive through, and you can't get out your car. You can't do none of that shit. It's crazy.
Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, it is. He was going east though. He was the only thing west of Vegas is California. When you go
right,
east, yeah. So I think the military was going east. I don't know where the fuck they were going, but
right.
America was in control of that fucking virus and that, zombie king or whatever, all of that shit is crazy.
So I don't know how the guy became a therapist, Vandero. I don't know how he became a therapist.
Right.
Like that's a deep cover.
Mm.
I think so. If you follow those at the very beginning, there's those two spaceships,
right?
Alien crafts. One goes like either straight up into the sky or straight south, and then the other one follows the path of the road. Like if you look at it, it goes straight line.
Yeah.
And then if you look at if you line up Area 51 and Vegas and Mexico City, it's a straight line.
Oh, damn.
And Vandero wants to go to Mexico City.
Right. Right. Damn.
Is he the key? Is he the guy that
is he the experiment?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. So
did he know he was too, and that's why he went down there?
Damn.
Wild.
Damn. So they picked him though, right? You think Tanaka would know that Homeboy would pick him? Oh yeah, Vandero was in the fight earlier in the prequel or backstory or whatever. He was fighting.
Right. Yeah, he was in. That's how the three of them knew each other. I think there was three.
But because he's a psychologist, that could be why he could be aware of the time loops.
Let's talk about that though. What are the time loops? I've been looking online. Everybody's got their theories, but what are the time loops? We're talking about infinite time loops, right? So on my last podcast I did, there's this saying. Well, my last podcast got taken down today because somebody said I was bullying on it, but whatever. There was this saying that was like, to break the infinite time loops, you have to sacrifice your life and kind of break the curse of whatever you got on your family or whatever, but not sacrifice your life to the point of whatever. But like Batman was gonna go sacrifice for all of his shit he went through, or Jesus or whatever. But when he said that, I instantly thought about Army of the Dead, because they all died. They all went in there for money, but they all sacrificed their life for that girl to break some kind of curse with, she got a little bit of money and she can help some orphans and shit like that. And maybe that was it. Maybe they all killed themselves to help somebody else,
Yeah, that's a good. I feel that's
pretty cool.
Even though I still feel like Kate was kind of an unnecessary character a bit, but
she's got to make sense later, I kind of. So, if you look at the hero's journey, it's a circle or a spiral, and then after after you get to transformation, which he was going through, is atonement. So Healy's on to something there with that.
Yeah. So she's gonna make up for all the bullshit she did in the first movie and the sequels, what you're saying.
No, maybe
I was thinking about Vandero. Kate Dude, it's weird because it's sort of like he has two. There's there's several heroes' journeys stories going on in this film,
Right, right.
and it's mostly Kate and Vandrow because she goes through a transformation too when she kills her dad. That'll change you.
Yeah. But look, so did Batista. He killed his wife.
Yeah.
Right, so right before the transformation is a revelation. So
Damn.
maybe realizing that she had to be in her dad's shoes, she forgave him in that moment too, you know, because she realized that it was necessary.
Right. So she had to do it too, like the infinite loop. She did the same thing he did.
Infinite
like,
loop, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's too cool.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So maybe part two, her kid is gonna kill her or something. I don't know. Yo, all right. Fucked all that shit. We ain't no critics, no scoopers, no movie reviewers, or none of that shit. We're just watchmen. We hang out a lot and talk a lot of shit. So what's going on with the so yesterday we did a live stream. Few people showed up, but it was kind of like a Watchman roundtable, a little Watchman party, and it got the crowd hype right now. Not the fans, the movement is hype. Everybody got Watchman buttons on. 44. What did that do to the movement? And I kind of think it was needed, but how do you feel why it blew up like that?
To be honest, I wasn't even really on Twitter today that much. I was playing Battlefield, so I don't even really know what people were saying about it. I'll be totally out. But I will say that I think it was enlightening to a lot of people, and it was cool. It was probably cool for people to hear a side of the story they haven't heard and see a perspective they haven't seen before and all that. And I'm sure it definitely started helping people make sense of why things are the way they are now. I guess as far as the movement, quote unquote, the fandom, whatever the fuck you want to call it, goes. Yeah.
Right? Damn, Content King. That's the shit that you're gonna talk. All right.
And it was pretty funny too, of course. The chat was pretty funny, but if you weren't in the chat, then I guess you missed out.
Right.
Chat was great.
Jeff, what do you think? What's going on? How's the movement feeling? Did we do something good or did we just make a lot of noise?
I think it's good. We need to hold our ground. We need to reclaim it, and I think we did, and now we need to hold it. So, which is great. I just don't. You can't be hypocritical. You got this beautiful message you want to send. Do not sour it with doing exactly what you say you're fighting against.
Right.
So I think it's inspiring too, and I really see like the story arcs. Like I think Zach's got it down to a T. Like as far as this hero's journey and how it all works is like because I feel like we're in it.
Yeah, it does sometimes feel like that.
Like I don't know art. What is it? Art imitating life, life imitating art. And sometimes it goes back and forth. And I was really hoping that like the Snyder Cut was going to have some tidbits of knowledge in it that would help us through this. But I think we got to wait until the sequel.
Are we going to get to see the sequel? Is that ever going to happen?
Sure. Maybe in a few years, but yeah.
Yeah. What's up with Discovery? They had a name. Well, they named it. What was it? Warner Bros. Discovery or something like that?
Yeah.
What do you
Warner
think?
Brothers Discovery. I don't know. I think it shows their insecurity a lot. Like they gotta have their name first. It's
Yeah.
kind of weak.
So it looked like Toby keeping his job. I told y'all.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Shit, we haven't heard anything, right? What's going on with them?
Well, that doesn't mean anything, right? He's, still a chance.
Yeah, he might go to Netflix. They might have a change of
Jason
heart.
Tyler didn't lose his job yet either.
Who?
Yeah,
Jason
it's true.
Tyler didn't lose his job yet either. So nobody lost their job yet.
Right.
Yeah, Jeff Johns is still working over there.
God damn.
I think Joss Whedon was the only one we got. He was our Steppenwolf. That's really why I want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, so we can knock out another family member.
I think people are going to start getting axed either in the middle of the summer or after.
Why in the summertime? That's blockbuster time. Everybody's on deck there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when motherfuckers when they feel like people aren't paying attention and they're distracted by a whole bunch of other stuff, they're going to start moving people out, moving new people in.
You're an evil dude, bro. 44. You're an evil bro.
You might be right.
Gary's coming in. Nosco.
Let's go, Nosco.
Yeah, Nosco looked like fucking kojay's daughter's son. Isn't that kind of a weird coincidence?
Nosco looks like kojay's daughter's son?
What
yeah,
the
Kojay's
hell?
daughter just had a kid. Nosco looked just like him.
Oh, man.
God damn. There's Nosco right there. Nosco look like he could eat all of our ass with everything.
On that.
Hey, there's my man. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Man, it's been a while since I've seen you guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What you up to, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just got the kids fed, so I got a little bit of free time.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
They went out for a walk, so I got a little free time.
All right. We're not going to get into the movie discussion now. Let's talk about the movement. Nosco, how's the movement feel after Seal's podcast yesterday? Did we do a good job, or did we just talk a lot of shit for no reason?
It's a little of both.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. It was great. It was great chat. I thought it was good to let everybody kind of speak some truth. And I know a lot of the people in the chats, they were kind of annoyed with it, which is, it's fair. If they didn't live through it, they don't have friends that got impacted by it, and if they didn't feel any of that abuse, it's normal for them to just brush it away and think it's useless. But some of the people in that chat, they experienced it firsthand. They know some of the abuse that went on, and to a lot of people, speaking was just more than just the movie, right? It was just kind of like, we didn't want to see the same stuff that happened between, a studio level and a director, and now it's kind of passed on to the toxic negativity in a fandom, and so if you were really supporting suicide prevention and all that kind of stuff, why was some of this abuse going on? And I think it was Peter that said it, like, it's hard to see, sometimes you see, and I don't know what Zack Snyder's situation is, but I mean, when he kind of goes on these streams with these folks, it's his decision. He can go on and to speak with whoever he wants, but in a certain way, there's a lot of folks that were abused by the people that he was kind of dealing with. So like, it's kind of hard for the rest of us who we consider Ronaldo or Will Rollins as friends and stuff like that. When we see that kind of abuse pushed onto them, it's not cool. We don't support that. And it's kind of good to kind of get it out there so that more people can see what happened. And like, I think, like it was said, I mean, a lot of this stuff is in receipts. You can look it up. It's not like we're making it up. It's there.
Right. Hell yeah. So we're gonna take a break in 8 minutes, but I want to ask the leader of the Watchmen. Now the Watchmen seem like it has some fucking a new life, man. Now everybody's throwing up the buttons. Everybody asking, "Yo, can we get in the Watchmen?" as the leader of the Watchmen, how do you feel, bro?
You see what he did there? This is a typical move that Art of War. They pass off the leadership to somebody, and then now all the targets move towards me now. That's what they do. That's Art of War move right there. I am not the leader. Stop sharing that narrative. Oh my gosh. No, that's not me. It's either Peely or I don't care. I know it's just not me.
How's the Watchmen now? Are we viewed better, or are we viewed like how are we looked at?
I mean, those that hate the Watchmen, they're still gonna hate the Watchmen. Those who are learning about the Watchmen, they're gonna see that, they'll see the truth and they can decide on their own. I think that as time goes on, truth gets expanded a little bit. People experience some of that toxic nature on their own. They'll kind of see where we are coming from. They'll look at the past campaigns, say who ran it, who ran what. It's all there. It's not made up. It's not a fictional thing we made up. Names are there. The folks will tell you who ran it, who organized it. It's no secret. So I think Watchmen are slowly being viewed more as the people that really did put in some effort and work into the campaigns and helping out the movement. And I think it's fine. I think it's good. Haters will still hate, but I think if people keep getting to interact with us a little bit more, they'll know who we are, and they'll find out we're not so bad.
Yeah, we're not. You're such a gracious leader, bro.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Get these targets off me.
Hold on, kojay is coming in. Hold on a second.
Right. Hey, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll take a phone call real quick.
All right, no problem.
All right, bro.
That's what we're gonna put on Nosco's tombstone. Here lies Nosco. He was our leader.
kojay.
Big bold letters. He was our leader.
It was.
Yeah, he was. He's dead now.
He did.
Knock on wood. Nosco's the best.
Knock on wood, yeah.
Yo, I like Nosco because he does a lot with people, and nobody ever really gives him credit for it. Like a lot of campaigns, he's right there doing artwork for it. But then when it comes,
he's doing artwork for Snarka Fighters.
Right? Yeah, and nobody
sick artwork. I'm telling you,
credit. Nosco is the fucking man, bro. He is, though.
And
hey, there he is.
I know that
likes What's up, man?
So fuck it.
Oh heck yeah, Machiavelli lives on.
See,
Machiavelli. Oh.
He's still alive.
Hell yeah. We got 5 minutes until
so
break. Let's talk to kojay a little bit. Kojay, how did you like Army of the Dead?
Oh, I fucking loved them, man.
Yeah,
talk about
that was great.
2 minutes, real quick.
It's the Suicide Squad we should have got.
Oh, all right, yeah.
I mean, it had this artistic style with how he does like Watchmen, how every moment is a cinematic work of beauty, even in simple scenes. I just love that fluidity. And he got it great for a heist film because he knows characters. He's very character driven, and for a heist film, I think he combined everything right there. And there's so many little things for us to pick apart with the aliens. That was nice.
That's what we were just talking about. We'll talk about that after the break. So here's what we do.
Oh, we're recording?
Yeah, we're recording right now. We've been in here already for like 45 minutes. All right, so we're going to come right back. 5 minutes. Y'all take a smoke or a drink or whatever you got to do. Drink from the chalice. You can, Jeff, you go back and finish watching porn, and I'll call y'all back in about 5 minutes.
He said, all right.
All right, y'all. I'll be right back.
Thanks. Rabbit, I'm sick and tired of this shitty-ass rabbit stinks. I know. He smells like pussy. He smells like the asshole. And motherfucker.
I didn't draw another meme.
Hey man, I'm eating ice cream right now, so that's why I was on mute.
Did you say you're eating ice cream?
Hell yeah.
Hey, Hey, 44, are you worried about him drawing another meme of you?
No, because I'll be even richer in the future. After the great artist Nosco has to pay me for stealing my likeness.
I do laugh, but I do feel like he's got some grounds legally. I laugh, but half of it's kind of a nervous laugh.
Yeah. And we've used it a lot too. So if he kept records, that'd be a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I think somebody in the Watchmen chat had used it, and they're like, I don't even know where this came from. That made me laugh. It had gone all the way around. Nobody knew where it came from.
Yeah, I'm going to keep hyping up how good of an artist you are too, so you make even more money.
Awesome.
Yo, hey, Nosco, while you're here, I was thinking we can make a hoodie that says Cobert's wife. What you think?
I don't know where you're going with it, but I'm not drawing certain things. There's limits to what I can capture.
Oh shit! All right, we're back. Jeff, what's going on, bro?
What's up? What's just happened?
Nothing. We're back. We're back from break. All right, where were we? So, Jeff, you were saying something that I wanted to compound on. You said we kind of took our shit back, but you said we got to hold our ground on what? Like, what do we got to hold our ground towards? We worried about the bloggers, the blue checks, or TPZ, and what are we holding our ground towards?
For this, that sounds. So I don't want to sound like that because, like, but still, you got to give people credit for their participation. Don't treat them like we didn't go behind the scenes and treat them like shit. It was the opposite, you know. Like I can still feel that feeling that I got when we were in the October chat when I got told I wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Yo, they said you want me to talk about that?
Oh, sure, I don't care.
Yo,
I mean, as long as I don't have to.
we were in this chat. We had this idea, and we were gonna make it, and we can still do it. And with me saying this out loud, it's not gonna stop that we can still do it, and somebody else doing it doesn't hurt the fact that we could still do it, and still our shit will still be good. So I can say it now, but we had this chat. We called it Project October. I came up with that name, Project October, because we were doing it for autumn, and October is a fall month. But we knew people would steal it if we says anything about autumn. So we didn't say shit about autumn. It was just Project October. So we're in the chat, and we get everybody who we think could make this possible, because we wanted to do a documentary about Zack Snyder's life, leading up to this situation that we're in. And we had it mapped out perfectly. We had a lot of people lined up to help. And then we asked TPZ to help us, and they were going to, I guess, send the word to Zack Snyder or something, send him the proposal. We gave it to Ask Duel to do it, which is funny as fuck, because it took him like a week to finally get up the courage to tell us he didn't want to send it. After months of him saying, okay, after months of us working on it together, so shit start getting shaky. And then there was a week of like, yo, what's going on? And that's really how I met Jeff and Will so good, because at first I didn't want to text Will or Jeff and be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because I thought they were gonna tell TPD, yo, Peely's just texting me, blah, blah, blah. So I just sat back and I watched. I'm like, yo, how did everything come to a sudden halt like that? Like instantly. So then they came in and they were kind of like, hey, you know, I had some shit going on. I can't help. All right, that week went by. Another week went by. Then it's really starting to get noticeable. Like, damn, we talked every day, like all day. Like now all of a sudden we don't talk in weeks. All right, something fucked up. So then they came back in and Cortez, Geraldo, that fool said, yo, let's just be honest. We don't think y'all could pull off a fucking documentary to the caliber of Zack Snyder. And we were like, this is like,
though?
yeah, this was like weeks after us just sitting here like, what's going on? So then, what did somebody eventually do a documentary? I don't know. I kind of stopped fucking with it after a minute, but I know we said somebody did it, right?
Yeah, I think it was Faruqi and Meg were in on it. I don't know.
From what I heard.
What's that, bro?
I heard that shit was ass.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
So you said Meg was in. Oh wow! So basically, our idea, of course, but
sure,
it was probably still ass that I think we can still do it and knock it out. But Jeff, you said you got that same feeling that you were in that room, and that's when you kind of turned into. You kind of started calling me a lot more and started telling me what's going on, and that's when I noticed something was going on. Because I didn't know Will like that. I didn't know you like that, really. So when we started talking, I started seeing that, damn, there is a little war. Like before 159, there was a war going on, you know? Mm-hmm. Talk on that, Jeff, because sometimes I get not mad, or you know how I act in that chat room. Sometimes I just be frustrated and I'd be like, damn, let's just talk about some real shit because some real shit's been going on. Jeff, you're one of the guys that's been, you know, you take a lot of the shit from me because I know you've been around through all the real shit and you've been trying to tell me about it. We got a platform now. I leaked a lot of shit last night. Maybe you can leak a little bit more. What was going on around that time anyway? That it was something more that they didn't want to fuck with us. They say we wasn't on Zach's level or whatever, but it was something more to it because you were kind of hinting towards it. What was it?
I think it was a hostile takeover of Zach crack.
It was an overdose. That's what it was.
Overdose.
They wanted
all the Zach crackers themselves.
That's right.
That's it. That's a definition of gatekeeping, isn't it?
Yeah. Who are they to make the decision of, oh yeah, you guys aren't good enough to make?
They're the bouncers now. They're the bouncers looking at you saying.
Zack Snyder is like that. But that's why. But y'all asked them to ask Zack Snyder. That wasn't supposed to be their decision to say some bullshit like that. Like exactly. Like who are y'all? You know what I mean?
Now, see the thing. The reason was. The reason was,
oh,
and
you're not good enough to talk to Zack Snyder. Like it's like you're just a fan of Zack Snyder, just like I am.
The thing is, like, why did they wait for like 2 weeks after this? Just say it out front. If you thought that the whole time, just say it out front. Just say, look, forget it, and just stop wasting everyone's time. Let us do their own thing, you know?
Right.
Why you gotta do that, you know? Like,
you know, it was funny because we were all in the chat together, and it's not like I asked them to specifically go talk to Zack Snyder. It was, we were all a crew, I thought, anyway. So
right
when me and Jeff, we're picking these people, we're picking a crew, you know, like, hey, all right, I'm gonna do this, you take the baton, we'll then blah blah blah, and we'll get it. But like you said, they waited, but
Because they wanted to just sit around and steal what y'all was planning.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then take it back to their homies. It's really
Yeah,
all
yeah.
it is.
Right. So here's what I want to talk about. Like, let's say Fiona, because the perfect example, Fiona and Ronaldo versus TPZ, Meg, Nerd Queens, all of them. It's a practice of inclusion and seclusion. They, like, Fiona would hear something from Zach and she will include us all. Hey guys, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do this. Let's get hype, blah, blah, blah. TPZ will hear something from Zach and they'll be like, oh my God, guess what I just heard? If you want to know what I just heard, you have to bow down and suck TPZ's dick and then come on my Twitch. And then you can know what Zach said. You know? Isn't it like that though? Am I just making some shit up? It's
That's
like
the same
that.
formula as all those people they used to hate too. Didn't they used to hate the 40 Club for doing shit like that? And now they're doing it too. It's like
it's the same shit.
Absolutely.
It's the same shit. Right.
I mean, at this point, you know, at this age of the movement, at this point, people know who's genuine, who's not. You know, at this point, if in the Watchmen, you know, we know who the movers and shakers are. We know who are the people that get things done, right? You have a chat room. You know, certain people are going to get things done, and certain people are just going to waste your time. You know. People like Will Rollins, you know, he gets things done. He tells you he's going to do something, it's done. You know, you work with Lex, you know, he tells you you're going to do something, it's done. You know, the last campaign that I helped out with, it was that the truck thing, you know, the moving the thing that Lex and Hamad put together. Dude, that thing worked like a dream. You know, everyone in there doing their part, knocked it out, boom, done.
Right.
That thing's done, and then no one's wasting time. No one's looking down on another person, you know, none of that. It was great. Andre was in there helping out. Everybody was in there making it happen.
Right. I remember that. Let me ask y'all this though, because remember, Steve Kaysen said some shit about, he was like, yo, Zach's gonna be on Collider, I know it. And I was like, yo, if that happened, I just quit. Fuck this shit. Because Collider talked shit about Zach for so long, right? So then I think from the Zach account, he shared something from Collider recently, right? So then everybody, and Steve hit me up. He was like, see, I told you. So now that brings me to this question, right? If I kind of think Warner Brothers were inside of our movement, steering our movement, fucking up our movement, you know, Zach probably on his promo run has to go talk to Collider, has to talk to these people, has to talk to, do you think he has to talk to like Cole and shit? You know, like why pick them? Why do a Justice Con with them unless you have to do it? Like,
no, I don't think he has to. I think he's free to choose and speak with whoever he wants. You know, he's his own guy, and that doesn't mean me as a fan that I have to like support that kind of media. You know, Zack Snyder's a great director. I enjoy his art, but I don't know him. You know, I've met him once as a fan, but I don't know him on that level. So I'm not going to hold him to some pedestal where, you know, everything he does, I agree with. Right. I think he's free to hang out with whoever he wants. But also on that end, I'm free to make my own opinions and observations of his decisions on that, you know? I feel like when he does that, he enables some of the abuse that happened, you know, in that sense. It's, you know, with whether he knows it or not, he is giving these people a platform to continue to further and justify some of their actions. You know, there's no regret in some of the things that they've done. They don't care about doxing people or revealing other people's personal information. And what they did with Ronaldo, you know, not many people know, but it's pretty horrible stuff, you know.
Right.
They're horrible.
Yeah, they're just, they don't feel any regret. They continue to do what they want to do, and that's just, and that doesn't mean I have to agree with it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So Steve Kaysen just probably filling my head up with bullshit. Got it. Understand. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Steve, you still my homie. All right. next question, because I want to get 44 on this one. Yo, there's some dude.
Honestly, before you move on, like, I just think this thing with Steve is kind of like he's just one of those guys in the movement that's kind of on that go along to get along type shit, unfortunately. And if you're one of those type of people, then you're not going to care about what other people go through, to be honest. Like, Steve just, to be honest, no offense against Steve, but Steve just wants his end. You feel what I mean? And as long as he gets his end, it doesn't matter. You feel what I mean? So he can be cool with us or be cool with TBZ or, you know, whatever nerd queens in the movement and feel like it's fine, you know, to overlook their actions as long as he's getting something positive out of it. You know, and if you want to live your life that way, that's fine. Feel me? But, you know, most people don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't equate Zack Snyder going on a Collider or this or that. Like, Zack Snyder even went on Stephen Colbert's show, talk shit about him too, from doing promo runs in comparison to saying like, oh yeah, so that makes it fine for Snyder to be associating with these guys who openly, you know, like Nosco said, you know, abused, doxed, harassed Ronaldo, you feel me, Fiona, you feel me, and other people.
Shit, yeah, I got a content strike today. I woke up this morning with a bullying strike. I know that was Abdul. I know that's how they act, bro.
Hey guys, I gotta run. The kids are back, so I'll catch you guys later. It's good talking to you guys,
man.
All right,
nice seeing you, man.
All right, see you.
It's like there's nothing wrong with feeling that way, but you know, because people want to stay out of conflict and get in where they fit in and everything. But you know, that still doesn't justify it as a valid excuse, you know, in my opinion.
Right.
You know? Like if you feel the need to do that, then that's really on you. Then you have to just accept that, you know, like, yeah, I know that these people, you know, have done wrong or they do this or that, but you know, they help me and I'm getting something out of it. So it is what it is. But to try to make it seem like that's not the case, it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how it is in the industry, you know, with even because Steve's an actor and all that shit, and actors be like that a lot. You feel what I mean? Like, you know, as long as they get their in or, you know, they get, you know, what they're there to get, then, you know, to be damned everyone else, really. You feel what I mean? Like, you see how the industry is anyway. You feel what I mean? Actors move around and they talk shit about one person over here, then do a movie with them next. You know, talk down on one person over here, or you know, doing a project with them next. You know what I mean?
Right.
Know somebody's doing wrong. Like even Kevin Spacey just got a movie role. You feel what I mean? And there's directors and actors. Yeah, there's directors and actors and everything that'll sit there and take a role in a Kevin Spacey movie, knowing that Kevin Spacey just got off these allegations because that's their it. They're just gonna look at it like, fuck it, that's not me. I know I'm about to be in this movie with this pedophile, but I'm not no pedophile, and they about to pay me. So, and these people is cool with me. So, whatever.
All right. Yeah, all right. So I was gonna ask you about Poindexter, but fuck that. I wanted you to stay on this shit right here because I battle with this shit a lot because fucking sometimes I say, man, I don't think I should be around this bitch. And me and Steve, we just talk, we be tripping and shit. I was just tripping when I said that. He's still a homie, but
no, Steve is, that's what I said. Steve is a cool dude and he's gonna live his life the way he lives it, but it's like, you know, yeah, he has to understand that most people just don't view it that way, unfortunately. He views it that way because of the type of person he is. And like I said, on top of that, he is an actor. Like Steve just try to play it off like he's not an actor. He is an actor. So he has an actor mentality. You feel what I mean? Like that's what you feel. That's in what he's saying to you is kind of on some actor mentality shit. At the end of the day, we're not actors. We're real people. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're not in the industry or doing that type of shit to that level where we have to feel that we need to suck shit up. You feel what I mean? Or, you know, swallow our pride for goofy motherfuckers. You know, like.
Right. I agree. Go back to the Kevin Spacey shit, though. That's what I'm talking about. Like, when we talk about, and I said some shit like that about Nerd Queens last night, or, you know, some people in Hollywood, they worship and believe some shit that some, not say regular people, but most people can't get down with, So Kevin Spacey got a fucking job, like you just said, dog. Shouldn't he be blacklisted after that shit he went through last year? What kind of industry still hires that person?
Yeah, it's a good question. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, like there really are people out there that just, they move like that. You know what I mean? They just have, that's why I say that, that's their end. You feel what I mean? As long as they get their end, then it does, nothing else really matters. You can say that's what capitalism is kind of founded on in a sense too. But yeah.
No, but look, even work like Roman Polanski, bro. He made The Pianist after he went
But
through.
I look at it, I look at it also like this, but Kevin Spacey is like, for the person who put Kevin Spacey in a movie, and right now that's their end. Do you think they don't know that Kevin Spacey got all this shit on him and all these? Yeah, they do. But they're also looking at it on the flip side that I get Kevin Spacey for the cheap though. So whether it be a writer or a director or a producer, that's their end. They're just gonna ignore the fact that Kevin Spacey's on some bullshit. You feel me? That he's on some pedo shit. Put him in the movie. You feel me? He still has his fans and he still has his talent. You feel me? And then they're gonna build off that. Same thing with Roman Polanski. You feel what I mean? Like, Roman Polanski never got charged. So producer that's putting on Roman Polanski, that's his end. Like, oh man, I can get Roman Polanski for the cheap because he's damaged goods and he still has talent, and they'll overlook all the bullshit he was doing. You feel me? I don't got to pay him as much. You feel me? So I can get him to make some fire movie for me for the cheap. I'm in.
So that's the same shit going on. Like,
yeah, exactly. They're just gonna overlook the type of dude Roman Polanski is and just fuck with him.
So
simple as that. Same thing with Joss Whedon. It's the same thing with Joss Whedon. And you feel what I mean? You think Jeff Johns didn't know about Whedon and how he be moving, type of dude he was? He's good friends with that guy. Right? You feel what I mean? So, but that Whedon was his end. Because he like, yo, I can bring Whedon over here. You feel me? He's my buddy. He's gonna make the movies how I want to make them. I'll get all the praise if it's a success. You feel what I mean? So I'll overlook the fact that Drew's movie is kind of garbage anyway, and he's on some pervert shit. And the fact that Marvel also, you feel what I mean, kicked him to the curb recently at that point, and he was damaged good. I'll bring him over here, you feel what I mean? And that's my end to take to the WB execs and be like, look, I know what the fuck I'm doing. You see how I just brought Joss Whedon over here when he was over at Marvel, just was making the hits, and now he's over here with you. Right. That was his end. That's what I'm saying.
All right. So,
like, all right. People overlook and ignore the biggest of bullshit if they got something to gain from it.
So what the fuck do we got to gain from ignoring Abdul's bullshit and TPZ's bullshit? Well, let's circle back. It's still some Hollywood shit.
In a way, I look at it like how many times are we gonna turn over the rock, really? At the end of the day, it really comes down to a state of you know what I mean? Certain motherfuckers still want these dudes around, then it is what it is. Like, you feel me? Like, but that's on them at that point. It's not like once we say something, it restarts and then it goes back to the time that we never said something. Been saying something. You feel me? Even with the shit with, more diversity and all that on Twitter the other day, people were talking about him talking about how they kicked a black woman out of, the Justice Con thing. I was laughing at that shit. Because didn't we tell them motherfuckers, Jonita and Mo Diversity and their little crew over there that Sean O'Connell and TPZ and their queens is on some bullshit, and then they came over up to us and said that we were toxic. They called us racist and all that shit. You feel what I mean? They called us misogynists, Juanita and them, all that Mo Diversity in them. Yeah, you feel what I mean? They was talking all that bullshit to people like us and people that fucked with us. You feel me? Fucking with Sean, fucking with Nerd Queens, and then when they got fucked over, they realized that everything you were saying was true. And then they went to cop the plea. And then Juanita went to talk, they used me as a token And like, yeah, that's what
you were cool with it for a bit.
you were cool with it for a while. We told you that. We said that.
Right.
We told them that. We were the ones telling them that, like, yo, they're using all these, you feel what I mean, talking points and fucking bullshit agendas, like racism and misogyny and all this shit to get people to turn against each other. And you feel what I'm saying? And then they using people like Juanita and all this shit because she's black. So then she can, you feel what I mean, get to all the black Snyder Cut supporters. You feel me? But she's dumb now. So she doesn't know that she's being used. So she brings in a bunch of other dumb motherfuckers that also end up being used. And then they come at us, who's actually more diverse than any group that they have going on over there. You feel me? We even got more black people over in the Watchmen than a lot of them motherfuckers over there even have.
Right.
Come on. You feel me? Then they come over to us, call us racist, call us this, call us that, when we're the ones telling them how Sean O'Connell is shitting on fans, doing this to fans, how the TVZ and them were harassing people, abusing people, doxing people. You feel what I mean? Calling people all this fucked up shit. And what did they say? Oh, y'all are toxic. Don't listen to them. But as soon as something happens to them, they want to turn into like, oh, they're trying to scorn the black woman, and y'all not ready for how a black woman got cut out of Justicon. Like, nah, y'all not ready for how motherfuckers already told you about this shit months ago, like 6 months, maybe close to a year ago, and y'all still ran up under these motherfuckers' asses, sucked up to them for access. You still like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all pull this intersectional shit. You feel what I mean? Because you got black dudes like here, like Pelly, that's been sitting here speaking the truth, and Juanita will sit here and pick fucking nerd queens over Pelly. You feel what I mean? What are y'all on? What are you talking about? Y'all sitting here picking Sean O'Connell over Pelly. You feel me? Like Sean, y'all picking people like them over Nosco, over people like Shadow, over people like Kamad, who are not only really knowledgeable people, but as much as in the modern age people want to shit on white people, they ain't white people either.
Right.
All those people I just named wasn't white people.
Right.
And they all got shitted on by these people.
Right.
And they try to put you up on game and how they be trying to use people and run game on people, harass people, doing all this weirdo internet shit. And did they listen? No. Because they was all the way over on caught up under them, listening to their agendas. Oh, they're misogynistic. They're racist. They're Trump supporters. They're this. They're that. Well, guess what? You feel what I mean? They're liberal white slavers that was using y'all as tokens. And then they used y'all, abused y'all, and threw y'all out like idiots.
Content king, baby.
Like, what are you talking about?
It was dead on.
I wasn't off that.
Right.
Because when people try to come around and say that, oh, nobody was saying this shit, when people been saying this shit, and then you want to say people aren't ready for, like, bruh, come on.
Right.
Good Lord.
Wow.
I was disappointed in Juanita, bruh. If she want to talk all this truth to power, black power shit, you feel what I mean? You ran up under them two white bitches fast as shit. Listening to everything they were saying. You were sucking off Sean O'Connell crazy. Listening to every word coming out of his mouth. TBZ and them. And then you want to come like you were the person speaking the truth and you feel bad because they fucked you over. Nah, you should have listened to the people. If you was really a person for the people, you should have listened to the people. I've seen people on Twitter talking to Juanita, try to put her up on game, sending her screenshots and all that shit. You want to brush it off because you got some access for a second. Now that you got kicked out of Justice Con, that's the problem. Now that the white bitches don't give you a job, it's a problem. I'm done.
I love it. I feel the hate in the room.
I don't respect that shit. I really don't.
I love it, man.
Because as much as the way they tried to ride off the black card and all that shit, I do not respect that shit.
Right.
Because y'all rolled off the black card, you feel what I mean, to benefit, you feel what I mean, fucking racist ass liberals. It's BG. Stupid ass crackers on the internet. That's why y'all was using the black card to support them. When real people in this movement was telling you what's good and what was going down.
Let's keep it 1,000.
Period.
Exactly. Keep it 1,000.
So is there atonement? So you're saying there's no atonement for people that make mistakes, or are you saying that
I don't make those decisions, man. I'm not God.
Perfect. I like that answer. You're right. No, I get it. Yeah. So you're saying that but for you,
All I said, I'm not off. I'm not off that 1,000%. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not off that 1,000%. Like for
Okay.
real.
All right, bro. I respect it.
Let me
100%.
Jeff, let me ask you this. And 44, you can jump in too because you are the content king and we are just your humble servants, bro. I
By all
promise.
means.
By all means. Jeff, yo, was she thinking we were going to help her fight? What was the point of her apologizing? What was that? Was she trying to get on the Watchman's team, or we got 10 minutes? You can answer that and we go another break.
I think she apologized because she genuinely meant it, maybe, you know? But it's a too little too late situation. The way you was dogging people and, you know, for the sake of them, nah. No.
That's reasonable. I mean, you and then to see that she even got shit on even more because of who she apologized to.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which is what the hell, man? What did you do?
What
did you do?
You tell me, man. You tell me. Why is it so on me? Is it what? Because I just told them to apologize to Vinaldo. I think it's they don't like Vinaldo, but maybe I say some crazy shit. I know I do say some crazy.
The truth of the matter is, a lot of these people, they got poisoned. They got poisoned by a specific group of people that was involved in the movement, and now they look stupid. You feel what I mean? And it's sad to say it, but it's all it is. And we were the ones telling people, going around, yo, you realize you've been poisoned, right? And here's an antidote. And nobody wanted to accept that they got poisoned. Your mind was poisoned. They lied to you. They lied to you about all this stuff going on. They poisoned your mind. It's what they did. They lied to you about people. They lied to you about everything that was going on. They lied to you about shit that went down. You feel what I mean? They told you that people that were good were bad. They even told you Fiona was bad.
Right.
You see that too.
Instead of these people just accepting it and be like, all right, I was fed some bullshit. You feel what I mean? They just gonna die off the poison. Like some people are working a little bit of the poison out their system, but like you said, it goes all the way back to the whole thing of like, why do motherfuckers hate Vinaldo? That's the main part of the poison. You feel what I mean? The motherfuckers will.
That is the main part, bro.
I apologize for Chappelli. That was sorry for what I did, but you still fucking was going haterade on fucking all the main people in the movement holding it down, and you still have animosity in your heart towards them.
Right.
Whether you're going to admit it or not.
You should never burn bridges, but
exactly.
If someone burns your bridge, don't build it back for them. I mean, that's their shit. That's their responsibility.
Like even a few weeks ago, you feel me? You had Twitter going crazy talking about, oh, there's a Snyderverse Phantom Menace beef going down, yada yada yada. Lo and behold, you feel what I mean? Is this dickhead fucking Poindexter Lounge fucking having a yelling match with fucking Jeremy, dude sitting here acting like he represents us. Like all Snyder Cut fans are on his wave and we don't fuck with Phantom Menace and we want all this stuff going on in fandom to stop. It's like, bruh, why are you fucking sitting here speaking for the whole Snyderverse fandom and you're just fucking one dude?
Yo,
and you're sitting here stirring all this shit up with Phantom Menace and all this shit, making it seem like Phantom Menace and Snyderverse fans got some type of issue with each other. Like we be fucking hating on Phantom Menace. We don't give a fuck about Phantom Menace. They cool or they can be not cool. We're doing our thing over here. And that's what I mean. You got these people that are blowing up, you feel what I mean? And then they do all this goofy shit online in the name of Snyder Cut, in the name of Snyderverse fans. And then you got people coming back to us saying that we're on some bullshit. You feel me? Because it's some bullshit this nigga named Poindexter said. You feel what I mean? To Jeremy. And it's like, we got to explain to him, it's like, bro, nah, that dude, he don't represent us at all. You feel what I mean? I don't know what, you feel what I mean? And that's the issue where this shit is going to. Like, people have co-opted this far to a point where now you got motherfuckers starting shit with other fandoms and dragging us into it.
Right.
And we got to come around and be like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? If you got an issue with them over there, that's your issue, bro. Don't make it. Don't fucking drag, you feel me, all the shit that we've built up and accomplished into that shit.
Right.
We built a smooth community over here. We didn't create it so you can fucking go to war.
Right.
Against fucking fandom menace or whatever you feel like it, or people that you feel have mean content. I don't know.
44.
You know what I mean? All this fandom police shit.
Let me ask you, because we got 5 minutes. I don't want to put a lot of time on this dude. Who is Poindexter? Because I saw him talking to Lex today, and it seemed like he was trying to throw some sneak disses at me and Abu Nas and shit, but I never heard of this dude. I mean, I laugh at his name. That's like the funniest name I ever heard. Somebody named themselves Poindexter.
Apparently, this dude is some Star Wars fan that, you know, started pushing the Snyder Cut stuff like a year ago to build his channel, essentially. No, dead. Apparently, he was some Last Jedi fan or something. I don't know. And that's what my point. That's what I'm trying to say. You got these dudes that wasn't even here. You feel me? A blink of an eye ago.
Right.
You feel what I mean? All of a sudden, they on podcast talking. I'm viewed as a leader, and they starting beef with Jeremy and all this shit. After the shit that already went down with the whole Uche stream and shit, you opening up wounds with Snyderverse fans and fandom menace, like we really got issues with them dudes. We do not. Right. That's your issue, brother. You feel what I mean? First of all, who are you? And let's be G. This shit probably connects deeper back to Star Wars than anything else. You feel what I mean? You got these Star Wars fans low-key beefing in the Snyder Cut arena. Like, get the fuck up out of here. Go to the Star Wars arena with that shit. You feel me? Y'all having Star Wars beef on the Snyderverse
spilling over.
Yeah, it's spilling over and shit. Like, what the fuck?
It's right, so it is.
You got beef with this dude over some Star Wars shit. And you coming in here trying to recruit the Snyderverse army and all. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You better get some Star Wars fans to back you. Period.
Right. Like, let me ask you this. How did the Alita army, how did they get cool with us? Because I see we always show love to them. How did they do
They're all chill, man. Those people are the chillest people ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Alita army used to always help us with our campaigns. That's why.
Yeah, they used to help us a lot. And I used to wonder that because
I think they realized the opportunity. You know, they're in the same situation.
Right. I never
want to see a sequel. Well, I'm sorry, Billy.
No, it's all right. It's all right, bro. I don't care. So check this out. We got 3 minutes. We're gonna go on another quick break. I got like 2 more questions for both of you guys, and then we can get into, I mean, y'all can, give some shout outs or whatever, but we're gonna go on a quick break and we're gonna come back for one more segment. I'll hit y'all back in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I just put a new link into the chat.
Okay, bro.
All right.
No problem.
All right, fools. Peace.
You wonder if you got any money? Check his pockets. Don't even got that much meat on him. Got too much grease on my gun. That wife can kiss my ass. Let's go, man. Who gives a shit about wives? A-B-C-D-E-F-G H-I-J-K-L-M-N-P Q-R-S-T-U-V W-H-L-Y-S-E. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? A-B-C-D-E-F-G H-I-J-K-L-M-N-P Q-R-S-T-U-V W-H-L-Y-S-E.
Recording in progress.
What up, Jeff Purdy?
What's up?
Why you got your background blurred out? What's going on, bro?
Well, my wife's back there sleeping, I think.
Oh, never mind. Talk about that. All right.
This isn't the OnlyFans account, so.
How much you think you make in OnlyFans?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it depends on how far I would let myself go. I think.
How
Like,
far would you let yourself go?
oh, I wouldn't go far enough to make enough money, dude.
Damn, dog.
Like maybe I'd slap the sausage around a little, maybe flick it a couple times.
Talking about porn.
OnlyFans, starting an OnlyFans.
Oh my god.
I asked Jeff why is his background blurred out. He said his wife is in the bed sleeping, and this is not his OnlyFans video, so he can't get it. He won't show it.
You gotta pay to see to unblur it. That's so great. There's a
my God.
paywall. It's the paywall. That's it. That's why it's
Your wife
green.
is in the background sleeping while you're doing this stream, laughing and talking, man. So inconsiderate, Jeff.
Damn.
Go to the man cave,
Dude,
bro.
Damn.
Dude, I'm building a shed
I'm
eventually.
building a shed.
Then I'll
Feel that?
go live out there.
So, guys, the restart. Did y'all notice a lot of like COVID kind of innuendos in Army of the Dead?
A little bit.
Yeah. What do you think?
A lot.
Is Zach being social justice warrior, or is he trying to tell us something?
Well, I think I actually thought that was a good little metaphor that he put in there because you can kind of look at it from any angle, really. But it was kind of interesting how they had the camp, but one of the main characters in the movie was a dude that was using the temperature gauge to pretty much take advantage of people.
Yeah.
And kind of like a big thing going on, with the COVID stuff today, with the temperature guns and not letting people in and certain places, and even
Quarantine them all.
people abusing their power with that and all that too. And yeah, there's the quarantine that I feel like it kind of ties to the whole immigrants at the border thing, which is an issue that I'm gonna choose not to get into really.
All right. But no, let me ask you this question. Fucking I Am Legend also had quarantining, also had temperature gun that they looked in your eye, also had zombies, also had a sign of Batman versus Superman. Then you have Zack Snyder, who made Batman versus Superman, also made a zombie movie, also had quarantine, and then it also had temperature guns. Like it could, and the zombies were kind of similarly made in both movies. Does it seem like they're trying to say something, or are they trying to hint, don't take the vaccine, or what?
Well, they're already kind of hinting to people that you don't really need to take the vaccine. They've tried all they could to convince people to take it, but especially where I'm at, they just ended the mandates over here, and some places are going to try to make you wear a mask and try to ask you, but for the most part, it's just over.
Right.
People just aren't really putting up with it anymore.
This is sarcasm, but did the coronavirus leave with Donald Trump?
Yeah, in a way it did, but at the same time he did put the vaccines out, even though like my whole point is saying is, the people waited it out and kind of won because it's like they can't mandate everybody take the vaccine, so everybody was just pretty much waiting for them to just say like, all right, the mandates are over, and now people definitely are going to take the vaccine. Now they're even saying that they're coming out and saying that that they're talking about firing Dr. Fauci. They're trying to get him fired because he lied about pretty much the virus being created in the Wuhan lab. And there's also even with that, with the stuff with the vaccines, like people are dying from it and all of that shit and everything, and it's becoming a thing where it's like, did we even really need the vaccine?
So I think it's just going to cause like a lot more backlash than it is going to actually help things get back to normal in a way, because because now they're bringing back up the HIV pandemic where the Dr. Fauci was also involved in, and
Right.
they had a little quasi vaccine. I think it was called like AZT back then. You feel me? That they
Right.
were giving to people that apparently either had it or could possibly be exposed to it, and a lot of people died from that. And a lot of people are saying it's kind of the same thing. And you gotta wait. You pretty much you can't let them get away with it twice in a sense, because it's like he pushed towards some of these vaccines to be made and they were rushed out and now they're killing people. And then he also lied, you feel me, to Congress, and he said that they weren't funding the Wuhan lab, and they were. And it's like, yeah, it's just a thing where some people are feeling really stupid, and then other people are kind of what the people were saying that the house of cards is going to fall anyway.
So look at the movie. All right, we talking about Wuhan lab. We talking about government intervention. We're talking about virus. We're talking about zombies. We're talking about all this. Now, Wuhan is in China, but Tanaka was Japanese, but kind of looked like you could say Asian dude.
Japanesey.
Japanese.
Can't believe you had that in there.
Say that he was a Japanese, maybe the Japanese billionaire that was trying to get a bioweapon for Japan to combat the COVID virus or something.
What is Japan good at? They're good at nanotechnology. That's their shit. Maybe some of that blue shit you see in the heads of these zombies when they get when homeboy got his head blew off, the zombie king. Some of his blood was like blue. You remember, y'all? Yeah. Could that be like nanotechnology or alien blood? Or
Honestly, it's hard to speculate on it because this thing there's really nothing to go off of for me.
Royal blood.
Royal
Yeah,
blood, blue blood.
Yeah.
God damn. Now that takes us somewhere deep.
Because some of their eyes turn blue.
Yeah.
Well, those were the androids, I think.
Yeah.
And the baby was also blue though.
The baby was covered in blue afterbirth.
Well,
it was so cool. Blue. Like when it hit the air, it was dead. It died.
It turned back red.
So it oxidized, and it got rid of the zombie, whatever the virus.
Do people say because I hear every time we start to talk like this about Army of the Dead, people come and be like, dude, you're reaching, you're looking for something. But to me, these should be obvious. Are we reaching, or is it like maybe, are people just dumb or what? What is it? I don't think we're reaching.
It's undeniable that Zach has his finger on the pulse of society and how it works.
Right, correct.
So these things are going to happen no matter what. Right. Consistencies,
Yeah.
I'd be looking for the movies to see what are they talking about. Like, you got Dieter. He's a cracker or a safe cracker. Yo, YouTube gonna hate this video though. We talked about vaccines and now crackers and all this shit. But anyway, what are they talking about? Because there's some deep shit in it, but have y'all watched it enough to break it down? What's going on, yo? Fucking government intervention into alien DNA or alien testing, and it's turning into zombies, and they're just having a human experiment in Vegas. That's it?
Go, Jeff. It's your time to shine.
Come on, white dude. I know you know this conspiracy shit.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So, like,
I get it. Y'all just wanted to talk shit about TPC today. I understand.
No.
So,
I actually think that maybe Vanderhoof has a connection to the old you know of the Dead movies. He seemed very similar to the character Ben from Night of the Living Dead.
I
If you
think
guys
he's aware of the. Yeah, I know Ben. Yeah, I think he's aware of the time loop. I think he's. I don't. I
yeah
think he's awake, if you will.
mm,
Like it's. He's lucid, and it's like a dream or something. I don't know how to say it, but he knew. He said, "What did they? The alphas." He knew about the alphas right off the bat. Like, yeah, he was in there before, but uh, that's what I'm saying. He was in there before, right? So
right, was in there before, and he knew that. Hey, these guys got killed trying to get in the door. Hey, look, they're us. He was so calm about that, but why? He knew about the time loop. What is the time loop? What are we talking about? Like, are we
yeah.
talking
Like I
about?
said, it could be in something that involves alien intervention, where
Mm,
they could be either using the virus. They try to like wipe the earth clean, or they could be using a time loop to try to stop the virus from ever breaking out in the first place, or maybe it could just be a thing where it's just a one big test. They one big like fuck it, they just pick this planet, and they have the aliens are the ones testing the deadly virus
right,
on this
like,
planet. You know what I mean?
like
right,
scientists watching an experiment
right.
that
Like,
they're conducting.
remember,
Yeah,
y'all ever seen the movie Prometheus?
I loved it
Yeah, he put that black
because
goo in the guy's drink because he
uh
didn't
huh.
believe in humans. He didn't think we had enough in us to carry on the torch to the next civilization. So that fucker start wiping out everybody, And
Wow, dude.
you
He
know,
wanted to create something.
yeah,
He wanted to be God
yeah, he did.
because he felt like if he could reach that level, then he wasn't a creation anymore. You know?
Right. So if the aliens come on the planet, drop that shit off, we test it, we start playing with you know, soldiers, and we test it on them. That shit leaks out in the desert, leaks out in Nevada. Start, whatever. The aliens gotta know it's gonna leak out if they put it on the planet, right? Like, you gotta know, hey, maybe we shouldn't give this to the humans, unless
All
they
it took
wanted
was a
to do it.
blowjob.
No, they wanted to do it. The test, they want to infect us and see how we
Absolutely.
react, right?
Yep.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you were testing shit, a bunch of lab rats?
Yep.
I think that begs the question then why exactly did the government want or the government or the corporations want, the virus? If it is one big test, that means there has to be a test that's outside of their control. And yeah, pretty much. If they're
Yep.
still if they themselves are still attempting to get the virus, then they probably don't really have much. But at the same time, that could have been like a little private military deal that they had going. That didn't really have much to do with the government. But you know what I mean.
Damn. Damn. Some deep shit, guys. I want to talk about
Even with
like
the
the
sequel,
social connections on that shit of
I
like
think I
COVID.
think there's possibilities with the sequel too. If it gets that far, but
I think I want a prequel. I want to know what the aliens are doing. Like,
Hmm.
why are they even at Area 51? What,
and they're already working on the prequel,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be cool to
Army
see
of
how that connects to the first
Army of
one.
Thieves.
Yeah, it's called Army of Thieves.
I wonder if I think it just might be Dieter. So
Yeah,
he
gonna be
he's the
Dieter,
director
Nosco.
on it too.
Yep.
Peter, the
Dieter,
director.
yeah.
What do you
You know
mean?
that guy's like my age.
Really? You talking about
Yeah.
the director of the movie or the head of the operation in the movie?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, he's
So Army
also
of Thieves
directing.
is going to be the director, or he'll be the director of Army of Thieves.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Damn.
I
So it's
mean,
like some 007. What's so special about Dieter? He can crack codes and
mhm.
he never killed a zombie before this. So his prequel will be just about what, stealing shit?
Yeah, I think he's conquest. Like trying to uh, overcome his limits by cracking all these safes and being better than you know. If you can crack a, if you can, if you can crack the code, then the gatekeeper is nothing, right? Like you
Mm-mm.
can get in through the gate without even having to. So let's
But
say the gatekeeper, right?
I
So it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild stuff. I think. I think it's going to be awesome.
yeah, I feel what you're saying there.
All right. So put that in our movement. We got gatekeepers in our movement. Do we have a Dieter? I used to think Jeff, you were a Dieter.
I tried. I think
You
Mercury
not
does pretty
Dieter no
good.
more? Huh?
Mercury does pretty good. I think he's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like nothing. He doesn't let anything stop him.
Right.
He just he's so authentic. I really appreciate him.
Mercury, yeah.
And
I see his
yeah,
shit on Twitter. I don't know him much. I haven't talked to him, but I see him a lot on Twitter. And he does say a lot of cool shit.
he'll go at anyone, and it's great. And he does it. He does it in a way that
Hold on a second, guys.
people uh, people like it
Yeah.
more than hate it. If I went out and said some of the shit he said, I'd be vilified.
Because you're white.
Probably. They see that face and they go, "The white devil said this."
Is that why Ronaldo's vilified? Why do people hate Ronaldo? I remember one time I said I'm gonna get Ronaldo and go deep. And Rena was the only one that was like, yo, that's a great idea. But everybody else was like, yo, let me tell you about Ronaldo, blah, blah, blah. Do they hate Ronaldo because he just speaks like that? Like, what? Where did Ronaldo hate come from? What? Your phone break? Your shit breaking?
Hello.
Yeah, say it again.
Sorry. Let me check. He exposes people's intentions, and they didn't like that. They don't like being. They don't like. They like their shadows. They don't want light. And I think a lot of people wanted something out of this thing, this movement that only made, like, earlier on you guys were talking about someone said that they were speaking for the movement.
Poindexter.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't represent us, is what 44 said. And I think that's a line you can never cross if you want a really organic thing. I mean, that's what inspires me, and that's what I want. So you can't cross the line saying that you represent us. These are individuals collectively, not a collective.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean,
Get that.
that's beautiful. And you start messing with that, and it starts turning life into death in a way.
Yeah. Why?
I can't.
Say why. Why does it turn life into death?
I
The
can
thing,
explain why. But
the thing we're trying to get away from is invading us.
exactly.
We don't want these chains. We don't want debt. We don't want to owe anyone anything. We don't want to earn anything. We just want to be, you know, maybe 44.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel exactly what he's saying. He's right. You know, that's exactly what it is. Like
Cool.
we don't want to feel like, we're hinged to anything at this point, and even from the beginning for what it was. Like you even saw with that whole stupid situation, you feel me, how a small ass situation like that got, so big out of nowhere. You feel what I mean? At first I didn't really barely even knew who this guy is. Next thing there's guys in our chat asking us about it. You feel what I mean? And for me, then Fatal J's asking us to like, yo, do we got a problem with Phantom Menace kind of? And we're in the chat like, what? No, and he's like, then we didn't know about any of this stuff. You feel what I mean? They're sending us clips of this guy arguing with Jeremy. You feel what I mean? Like saying all this stuff, and it's like, what the fuck? You feel what I mean? People may not think, you feel what I mean, this blows back to other people, but it does. You feel what I mean? And we don't want to fucking have to sit there and answer for that shit. Right. We don't want to have to answer for anything really. Like, that's not what we're here for. Like we're not here to mow down other communities for the sake of ourselves. That's not what our game is, and that's wrong.
Right.
You feel what I mean? So I'm digging that, Jeff.
Right.
For real.
All right, well, check this out. That brings me perfectly segue into our final question, because you had something on your shit today that made me laugh, like literally out loud. You had every hashtag, every popular hashtag, and you said, this is a typical Snyder Cut fan. And it had BLM, don't hate agent, or stop the hate, all kind of shit. But that seems to me like we just get pimped out, bro. That seemed to me like we hashtag whores, dog. That's what it seemed like.
Yep.
We got someone else's brand on our back now.
Right. Like boxers. You know how they get like the whole ring just has nothing but logos all over it. Like they're advertising nonstop. And they're even now thinking about putting stickers on their body when they're fighting, because their shorts and their gym bag is all stickered up. What else do they have to advertise in it? And now it seems like we're doing that kind of with hashtags, Look at his little shades. So.
Do you see that?
You're right, though. That's how I look at it. That's how it is, man. Like, and I get it. Twitter's a promotional platform, but it's like some people be going like mad OD with this shit. And that's why people don't take Twitter seriously, and they be calling a lot of people on Twitter, you feel what I mean, with the things that they call them, like stands, shills, trolls, because that's really what like a lot of people is on there for, you feel what I mean? Like they really on there to promote something outside of themselves, you feel what I mean? And then some people do become, as you just said, like hashtag whores. Whereas, like, you feel what I mean, or I'll let it come, charity cases and all this shit, and you feel me, people that they have to be involved in every fucking charity, every fucking good cause, and plastered everywhere, and you feel what I mean. That's just on their Abby, that's just on their profile name. All the people who stand for everything stand for nothing at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, so it is that type of vibe, and how it's got clung on to, the movement so well, because we do try our best to do good deeds, and we and in a lot of senses we've been great at that. You feel me? But because of that, you feel what I mean, people try to take that energy and just spin it into whatever direction that they want it to go. It's like, well, if you support AFHP, you gotta support Black Lives Matter, and you gotta support the LGBT, and you gotta support Stop Asian Hate, and you gotta just like, all right, chill. You feel what I mean? Like, you're not getting involved in all that.
Which is a bunch of passive stuff, anyway. You should passively not hate people.
Exactly. Let's be honest. That's right. You should passively just not hate people. You don't have to be involved in all this stuff. And in my opinion, It's my opinion. You feel me? From what I've seen, usually the people that have all that shit up on there is usually some, some white bitch. Let's be honest. You feel what I mean? Like I rarely see that many black Twitter accounts that be going hard with the Black Lives Matter and this and that and hashtag all this shit. It's like, you feel what I mean? It's usually some white bitch that probably leans to the left. You feel me? That's overcompensating based on white guilt or some shit, whatever. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like,
Right.
and like I just don't like that energy. I'm not feeding into that energy anyway, because that's not the type of energy I have where I feel like I got some type of guilt and I need to give back to the world. And I don't feel like that's what the movement is about either. You feel what I mean? Really, you feel what I mean? That like I agree with you in that sense that people just use that shit to infiltrate in a sense. You feel what I mean? When people try to, latch all these other things onto this shit, you feel me? Those are just doorways and people from other gateways to get through into your
Hell
realm.
yeah. Hell
You
yeah.
feel what I mean? Like when you slap a black, it's like Matic. You feel me? You slap a Black Lives Matter tag on, you feel me, on the brick wall, it's just gonna open up a doorway for Black Lives Matter type people to come into your
George
shit.
Soros.
You feel, and same shit, and that even goes with other side of politics. If you repping that hard, there's people repping that hard alt right shit, and they slap an alt right tag on our shit. You feel what I mean? Then that's the gateway to alt right motherfuckers is gonna use to get into our shit. You feel what I mean? That goes for anything. You feel what I mean? Like, and I'm not off that. You feel because movements and fandoms and the like get infiltrated all the time. People will even argue that a lot of fandoms have already been infiltrated over the last decade by, you feel what I mean, outside interests. And I kind of agree with that. You feel what I mean? I think a lot of fucking college hipsters, you feel what I mean, and dickheads that weren't into any of this shit when they was younger, you feel what I mean, like at all, you feel me, but but they probably read some article about, you feel what I mean, how fucking Halo influenced some Indian kid, you feel what I mean, or fucking how a comic book that dropped from the sky in fucking Thailand, you feel me, influenced some fucking Thailand kid, you feel me, and that's how they view a lot of this shit. They just view it as propaganda. They just view it as a tool, like a weapon to use against society. Whereas like, oh man, comic books are the reason why everybody loves Superman, and we have to fucking control comic books, even though nobody really fucking gives a fuck about comic books today, and they're not as popular as they used to be. Nobody reads them, but that's what matters to them. Same thing with music. You feel what I mean? Like, oh man, you feel what I mean? Like people fuck with Marvin Gaye or people fuck with James Brown or some shit, or even Elvis, and that got them to do this or that. Then we need to co-opt that. Like anything, you feel what I mean, that has the power of influence nowadays just has to be co-opted. It doesn't even matter what they're going to do with it. All like I said, all they see it as is a story of how this product or this IP or this thing was sent somewhere across the world and influenced some fucking brown kid to love America. You feel me? Now they're going to use this shit to convince everybody else to like how America ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm getting a lot of this stuff from. You feel me? That's how I see it. You feel what I mean? Because that's essentially what they're doing. I don't even like to dance around it anymore. It just is what it is. But even with games, like you can name it. Even sports, you're even doing it to video games nowadays. Anything that they feel like, you feel me, they may even be doing it to Super Mario soon. You feel what I mean? Anything they feel like had a cultural impact on the world, they're gonna take that and use that to try to make a new cultural impact, whether it works or not. And they're like,
Yo, you're pretty smart, man. For a young dude, you seem like you got a lot of years on you. You know a lot of shit, bro.
I'm getting old, man. But I'm still in my 20s, though.
But don't think you know everything. The minute you start thinking that is the minute you stop learning what you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you'll forget everything you learned already by the time you're 40.
I
You'll
forgot a
replace
lot
it
of
with
stuff
other
already.
shit.
I've forgotten a lot of shit already,
That's
But and the whole thing is like I don't mean to bag on because a lot of people say like, oh, it's just it's the old bagging on the new. Because y'all older than me, but there's people younger than me that would consider me old. You feel me? And it could be a thing of the old bagging on the new, and I don't want to make it a thing about it. Like, oh yeah, just I'm just bagging on shit just because it's new and they're reinventing things. But you know, some things that they touching up just like really just don't need to be touched up in a sense. You feel what I mean? It kind of makes it obvious, like, you know, even they was talking about me. You ever watch the Proud Family?
Mm-mm.
Y'all remember that cartoon from back in the day?
Like black
What was
people.
it?
Yeah, the one about the black family on Disney Channel.
Yeah, they're making two husbands, right?
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. It's like they just doing stuff where it's like, you know, yeah, everybody loved the Proud Family back in the day. Yeah, you know what we should do? We should bring back the Proud Family, but make it about gay people though.
Gay shit, right? Right.
Like,
They're
and
using
it's like
like
that's not what the Proud Family was about. It was about black people.
right.
We don't give a fuck because we want gay people to be cool, so we're gonna make it about gay people.
Right.
Essentially,
You're
you
saying
feel
they're
me? I
gonna
mean,
use any popular narrative to any popular IP to make a narrative, socially engineer a narrative.
yeah, that's what they've been doing.
Right. And that's what we can consider like zombies. You know, when people walk around not knowing shit and following the crowd and Black Friday and you know, let's take this vaccine or I can't stand next to you or all this bullshit like that. They kind of zombies, you know? They've been socially engineered to be that dumb. They've been made like that, you know? So then, I mean, I just think this movie has Army of the Dead has some social ramification or implications or
Some
some
people
shit
were
like
even mad that that shit had like I think his name was Sean Spicer or something in it was in it. People were mad about
Yeah,
that,
he was
but
in it.
yeah, but he got taken out though, right?
No,
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 he was
not
in the
that guy.
movie.
No, this is the Trump's secret.
Terry of State, I think he was at the time.
His no, the
No,
No.
his press secretary. I think he was his press
press
secretary or
secretary.
something.
That's it. Yeah, and he was in a clip on
And
Army of the Dead.
in the
That's so
beginning.
cool, dude.
Yo, Trump's Treasury Secretary is Steve Mnuchin.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the executive producer to Batman vs Superman.
Yep.
Yeah, and they can't shut the fuck up about that now. They're like, oh man, did you know Steve Mnuchin's fucking funded the Snyderverse? Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't so bad that it's over now. That's what I mean. It's like even with the whole JJ coming in with DC and all that, and them like playing hardball with over the Snyderverse shit. It's like the same old shit. Like they just want DC so they can essentially what you said, just use it for social engineering. They're already sitting here talking about like they're making it's like I wouldn't have one of these combinations if I was a kid with action figures. You know what I mean? They're talking Black Superman and
Black Superman. I was just
Latino
about to say
Supergirl
that.
and BIPOC Constantine and blah blah blah. Like, you feel me? It's like you can't even keep up with half this shit. It's like, and the one question is like, who wants this? Why are you doing? Who's asking for this? Point to me. I have nothing against Latino people at all, but point to me the Latino people that was asking for, you know, a Latino Supergirl. You feel me? A little Latina Supergirl over, you know, Latino characters that they may know and love. You feel me? Even over fucking Zorro. I don't know. Like, point to me who the black people that was dying for the Black Superman movie. Like,
But
all the
isn't
black people I've
AI
been talking about wanted to see John Stewart. You know what I mean? All the black people I talked to, they want to see Static Shock or something. They don't care about Black Superman. You feel
right?
me? Like,
Who
and I
made
talked to
that?
the
Yo, who
oh
made
yeah,
that
go.
joke? Who made that joke? Was it Jeff when he said, "We said black suit Superman"?
Hey, I'm cool with whatever that they do new to
Right.
Superman to any of these characters. I could give a shit less.
Right, but
I mean,
it is trying to do
I
some social shit to it, you know.
sure.
It's definitely pandering. Because even like with
Oh,
Constantine, for a
yeah,
perfect example, Constantine was a character that was created and based off like the punk era. I think he was based off like Sting. I don't know, like whether that was the
makes
wrestler
sense.
Sting or the singer Sting. But
Probably the
to say to put a little, I don't want to say that Constantine gotta be white, but Constantine is kind of like the character like Johnny Cage, where he kind of has to be white. He kind of has to be like, you know, a British shit talking punk dude, white dude. You know what I mean? That's literally the basis of his fucking character. You know,
Who is he
and to kind of
now?
paint, and that I guess they're talking about race swapping Constantine, and that's what I'm saying. Like to say that you about
That
to
was
race swap Constantine, I have no issue with that. Like, I don't care. I'm not a white dude at the end of the day, but I do know a lot of fucking white dudes that fuck with Constantine, like a lot. And I don't know I don't know how much they would appreciate. Like it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, Star Wars, where everybody loves Star Wars, but you know, everybody kind of really knows like Star Wars is one of those things that like the white kids really, really love a lot. Like you feel me, more than a lot of black kids do. Everybody loves it. Like John Constantine is kind of one of those characters that everybody like has a like for John Constantine. But like the punk rock white kids and all that shit, they really fuck with John. Like that's their guy, Constantine. You feel me? The demons, the spells, you feel what I mean? The punk shit, that's their shit. You feel what I mean? And I just don't think it would work. Like you feel it would be like fucking making Johnny Cage Indian or Chinese or some shit.
don't they have
I thought
don't they have
Keanu Reeves
Or
was.
black.
Superman in comics?
Hmm?
What's that? Sorry,
What'd you
we
say?
all did it.
Yeah,
I thought we
repeat
had,
that, Jeff.
don't they have to, doesn't the comic book don't comics already have two black Supermen?
Yeah, they have. I think
Um,
they. I think they have more
one
than
from
one black
Krypton
Superman.
and then Man
Another
of
Earth.
Steel. What's
Yeah,
his name? Steel.
It's a
He's
different Earth. Yeah.
Val Zod, and then there's Calvin Ellis.
yeah,
I know
Calvin. That's his name.
there's other Superman iterations that are non-white too, but like my thing with that too is that this shit is redundant. It's derivative. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You can make Spider-Man black and put him in a black suit. He's still just a copy of Spider-Man. He's not his own character. Like I don't care. Like people can
Yeah,
say
that's
that because you can give this version of Superman a different name, that he's a different Superman, which then makes him his own character. No, I disagree. Like you feel what I mean? He's still the same character, just an alternative, different version. You feel what I mean? And like they just need to just stick to the characters that they haven't introduced yet. To be honest,
right.
and
That's
and and
exactly what I'm saying.
yeah,
You
you know,
introduce
like
the actual black Superman. I think that would be much
yeah,
more
I think it could work.
respectful to the
I
source
also think it's
material.
unnecessary. I also think that Superman doesn't need to be black.
It doesn't need. Yeah, well,
Like that's my whole thing with a lot of these changing of these characters, is in the sense that a lot of these characters are only being changed because society feels like that only the white characters are popular, essentially. Hate to put it like that, but society feels like the characters like Peter Parker, Clark Kent, you feel me, Hal Jordan's, all the white as hell characters with the white ass names, only their symbols are popular. You feel what I mean? You know, and I just disagree with that. You feel me? It's just a thing where it's like I feel like there's tons of other non-white characters that are so far away from getting their burn that it's not even funny. Like, it's like if we could be doing Black Superman, Latina Supergirl, fuck it. Give me an Indian Aquaman. You feel me? After the original iterations of these
No,
characters.
no. If they really want to be tough, let me see Black Jesus.
Like, yeah, they made a show about that on Adult Swim, actually.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
they've had white Jesus, which is not true, right?
They've had it for a while.
Honestly, I'm at the point where I don't really think Jesus was that real to begin with. You feel what I mean? So it doesn't really matter what he looked like. Like, but
Look at
that-
Jeff
that-
got Z's on the set. All right, check
That's
us out.
about
Hold on. Less than a minute to go. 44. Tell everybody where we can find you at, then throw it to Jeff, 30 seconds each.
nah, Jeff can go first, man. I was just talking.
Jeff, where can we find you at? You're a Watchman. Quick.
Backup forever at Twitter,
Back up forever.
and
41.
and at the gym getting my gains,
All right, 44.
ladies.
Where can we find you at 44?
Yeah, Super Parademon 44 Twitter, man.
Damn
think
right.
I'm still there, right? I haven't pulled my account yet.
Damn right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I'll try to edit this up tonight. Probably have it out in the morning, maybe. Probably it'll be out tomorrow though.
All right.
All right.
Word.
Peace.
It was a pleasure. I missed it. Later.
What?
It's been a while. I missed it. It was fun.
It's been a good time, man.
Yeah, y'all talked a lot of good subjects, man. It's been a great time. Jeff is gay. You know how it is.
Yeah, man. Don't waste your erection tonight, Jeff.
At least get paid for it. $20 OnlyFans. Jeff, back up forever.
And that shit won't be blurred.